Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening. Hi, good evening. Good evening, Bex. How are you today? How's your day been? Thank you for joining. Thank you. How are you doing? Good evening, Adeomi. Thank you for joining. How are you? How's your day been today? I hope you've had a good day. I'm just gonna wait for a few more people. Good to know you've had a good day. Just gonna wait for a few more people. Thank you, Mrs. Charlie. Thanks for joining. Just gonna give you a few more minutes. Allow more people join today. I'm hoping everyone's had a good day. Banjo Baby Sola. Thanks for joining. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Just gonna give you a minute more or two. Just have more people join. I hope we've had a good day. Today we're talking about fibroids, food and lifestyle. I'm just gonna give you a few more minutes, allow more people joining, and while we're waiting, as I would usually do, because my basis for everything and for this also is my faith, honestly. And today, actually, I was looking at the Word of God, one scripture today that I was meditating upon was 1 Timothy 2:5. And it says there is one God and one mediator who can reconcile God and humanity, the man Christ Jesus. And that got me thinking, that after Adam fell, we had to be reconciled to God. For me, it was evidence of how much God loved us and wanted the beautiful, because after he finished the creation, he said it was beautiful. The beautiful people he had created, he wanted us back to himself. So I was like, oh wow, Jesus had to come because he's God, and then he had to come as man, that we may be reconciled with Christ. I thought that is amazing love, honestly. And only a master plan like God can whip that up, and honestly, the Word of God is the truth. And so that was something I was thinking about today. Another scripture that I meditated upon, thinking about food, and because we're talking about food today and lifestyle, was also Genesis 1:20 now, about how God said he's giving us, plants and the fruits as food. Now, hey, how do you all figure it out? Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm trying to check if the lifestyle. Bear with me, my family is just interrupting this video, mommy. Alright, sorry guys. Apologies for that interruption. Anyway, so I'm just gonna bring my special people in today who's gonna help us. I haven't seen the doctor. I'm gonna bring lifestyle coaching. This is someone I've been on a journey with, see if you can. Body trim, please request to join the conversation, and I'm waiting for the doctor as well to request to join the conversation. So today we're talking, by the way, July is Fibroid Awareness Month, and that's why honestly every and any education that we can bring on to create more awareness around fibroids. Today I wanted us to highlight and talk a lot about the various treatment options. We only know a few, well, a couple. Most people to me and myomectomy, you know, as treatment, but there are other treatments. So I want us to explore that today, you know, from a physician's perspective. In 2 weeks' time, we have also another food person who's going to actually share some of their testimonial on how they've used food, you know, to treat fibroids. But today, it's going to be mostly around treatment from medical perspective. Yeah, I got her here now. And also, so I've got both of my guests now here. I've got our house gynecologist, Dr. Umar, and I've got with me this amazing lady who's helped me on a journey of weight loss previously, Tolu, from Body Trim. I'm going to quickly, Tolu, introduce yourself because you joined first, and then I'm going to let Misoma, who's joining again, introduce herself. You tell us, introduce yourself, please, and then I'll let Misoma go as well.
All right. Good evening, everybody. So my name is Tolulokwe Odumiwa, and I am the founder of Body Trim, a company that is focused on helping individuals, both men and women, to lose weight in a healthy way and to make it a lifestyle using food and lifestyle practices.
All right, thank you very much, Tolu. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, we have our doctor in the house, Dr. Omar. Are you able to introduce yourself, Dr. Omar, for maybe?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah,
do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
If you put on the video briefly and introduce yourself, and then you can turn it back
because
up.
the video, I can't because I'm in a car and I'm not allowed. That's the reason.
Okay.
So, yeah, sorry about that. I wanted to be home by 7, and the traffic jam is 1.5 hours. So I am a consultant gynecologist. I work in Princess Royal King's College Hospital, and I deal more or less with complicated benign gynecology, which is one of them is fibroid, and also I do deal with cancer patients.
Okay.
And my passion is very, very much with the fibroid and how we can manage individual with different type of treatment with the fibroid.
We know, I know. That's why you give it all. You know,
thank you.
In this support network, and I'm absolutely grateful. You know, who are we?
This job, no, it's fine.
Who are we?
You don't need to.
This is the Fibroid Feminine Health and Fiber Support Network, and we're a support group. And basically, what we do is proffer solutions, encourage conversations like this one concerning women health. This month, July, is the Fibroid Awareness Month, you know, and we're talking about all things fibroids. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, we looked at different types of fibroids and where they are at and all of those things. Today, I wanted us to talk a bit more in detail about the different treatment options. Most people think it's only myomectomy or hysterectomy that are the options, you know, for fibroids, and there are a few other non-invasive treatments. So today I'm going to let Dr. Omar talk us through some of that, those other options that are available. And honestly, like I say, every woman is different. You need to work with your physician to look at all your options and see which one best suits you as a person and whatever situation you are in, and what stage you are in with fibroids, honestly. And a friend of mine sent me a video earlier and today, you know, and I'm an advocate. I've had to do hysterectomy, but I tell you, that is not necessarily the best outcome for everyone. I say, except it is a life-threatening issue and it's come to a place where, you know, it's either do or die. Okay, maybe you have to, but if we have information, conversations like this early enough, you know, and you can find lesser treatments or treatment options for your one before it gets to become life-threatening. Is why we're here and why we do what we do. You know, we provide a community, you know, for relevant conversation and holding honesty and education and guidance, helping women to speak up, to know that it's all right to have this conversation, that it's okay, and you're not in it alone. And it's only when you speak up, someone can offer to help, or someone who's been through, because you don't know who's been through what you might be going through. It's only when you talk about it or have a safe community when you can talk about it that you can know that, oh, someone has had that as well, oh, and this is how they dealt with it, you know. And hence why we have this Feminine Health and Fiber Support Network. So today, Mr. Man, I'm going to have you go first, and then Tolu can come later with the food and the different suggestions that she'll have for us, you know, for fibroids and all of that. But Mr. Man, I wanted us to look at the different options, treatment options for fibroids, you know, today. I know hysterectomy, myomectomy, they are very popular. A lot of people know about them, you know, and all of that. There are other options that I would like us to talk about today. So if you wanted to go, I know that there's uterine artery embolization, there's the radiofrequency ablation one, and there's that MRI guided ultrasound surgery. I don't know which other ones you know that there might be non-invasive as well that are available that I don't know, you know, as a former patient. So let us talk about those today. And please, if you're on here and if you have questions, honestly, this is the place where we should put out those kind of questions, you know, ask questions either for your own benefit or someone else you might know who's going through stuff, you know. I mean, education and the education and the knowledge that we use is powerful for transformation. So let us engage, please, and ask questions. So you go, Mr. Man, tell us some
basically
the
treatment it has to be individualized. There is no one treatment for everyone, and there is no everyone have the same treatment. It depends on a size of the fibroid, depend on a site of the fibroid, depend on the age of the woman, and depend on the fertility of the woman, and also depend on the symptom they're going through. So these all have to be a combination, and what they aiming to have, because it's not about I see a patient 50-year-old. So it is nice treatment for each patient, each woman. And how much they are suffering, because sometimes they incidental finding they have a fibroid. They never knew it. They never had any problem. So why I should be interfering?
Are you there, Mr. Ma? Okay. While we're waiting for Mr. Ma to come back because we can't hear this Tolu, maybe that'll give Mr. Ma a chance to get home. Okay. Food, fibroids and food. Tell us some of the things you know about some food that can help alleviate symptoms of fibroid or can even help shrink fibroids if there's stuff. I know that there's lots of herb supplements and foods that, for instance, when I had fibroids, you know, I started a healthy lifestyle, but because I wasn't properly educated about my condition, I started drinking the wrong kind of milk, you know, which put me in a really worse situation. I was drinking soya milk, and soya and soya products, soya milk, whatever it's got soya in it, is a no-no for anyone who's got fibroids. But I didn't know that at that time. So what kind of food do you recommend? Like, I mean, if a client comes and says, okay, this is a health situation, and in this case, fibroid that I'm going through, how do you help plan their food packaging, knowing that, okay, maybe they're also trying to lose weight? And then, so what kind of food do you suggest for clients with fibroids? And how do you help them manage that through their weight loss regime?
Okay. So the kind of foods that I'm going to prescribe for clients with fibroids are mostly nutrients, whole foods,
Mm.
and they should try to reduce overly processed foods. Now, when it comes to food, I'm going to try to be a little bit, I will not say religious, but I'll incorporate everything into one another.
I know you're a food
Now, we are
scientist, so back on.
okay, so when you look at animals, animals, they are programmed to eat a certain way.
Mhm.
Now, I want to believe that some of us have pets, and then they have the kind of food for each pet. And you can't give your pets probably, let's say, pizza and expect their body system to accommodate it. They eat according to how they've been programmed, they've been designed to eat. So we as human beings as well, we have a eating pattern that we're supposed to follow. But due to civilization, 21st century, everybody's busy, everybody wants to make money, fast food, the market is saturated with lots of overly processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats. So when it comes to fibroid, just like every other ailment, your diet has to be very, 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 very nutrient dense. And how do I mean by that? Now, we have 6 classes of foods, and each class of food has its own benefits, its own health benefits that it offers your
Mhm.
body. Now, if you say you don't want to eat carbohydrates because you have fibroids, you'll be doing your body a disservice by hindering your body from getting the nutrients that is inside
Mhm.
carbohydrates. Same thing goes to other classes of food. So I would say that for people that are battling fibroids, then they can actually use the diet and lifestyle practices to help them to manage their symptoms. How? By reducing overly processed foods and choosing all nutrient-dense foods. I'll start with carbohydrate. Now, when it comes to carbohydrate, carbs are not actually bad. For weight loss, for fibroid, for anything, that carbs are not bad. It is the type of carbohydrates you're eating
Mhm.
that actually makes it either it's bad or it's good. Now, there are different forms of carbohydrates, starting with fruits, vegetables, beans, oats, potatoes. They are all under carbohydrates. So when choosing carbohydrates, it is best to choose all nutrient-dense carbohydrates. I'll give examples like fruits and vegetables, watermelon, and your vegetables must be one that is either in its raw form or close to its raw
Right.
form. How do I mean by that? When you cook vegetables, due to the fact that they've been exposed to heat,
Eat. Mhm.
some of the nutrients they go off. And some people tend to overly cook their vegetables because they don't have the knowledge that heat actually
Wasted
destroys nutrients in
nutrition.
food.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if you can, it's best to do your vegetables in its raw form. And for those that you can't do in its raw form, when you cook it, try not to overcook it so that you can still get some of the nutrients that is in that
Mhm.
vegetables. For example, cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, they are all vegetables that you can just rinse under clean running water, chop it on your plate, and probably just have it like that. And if you must cook it, instead of cooking it on the fire, I will request that they blanch
Mhm.
it. Now, how do you blanch vegetables? Once you've chopped it, just heat your water to a certain degree, pour it on the vegetables, and allow it to just simmer for like 30 seconds. Then
Mhm.
immediately transport it into your freezer or pour cool running water on it to stop the cooking process.
Mhm.
Now, when it comes to starchy carbs, like the one that actually gives us the energy, because fruits and vegetables, they actually don't give us so much energy that our body needs to power our activities for the
Right.
day. So when it comes to regular carbs, it is best to choose the ones that are not processed, that the processing is just the form of cooking. So I would say all rice, like brown rice, oats,
Mhm.
potatoes, yam. And for those of us that love swallow, please, it is best to choose swallow from natural foods, like your amala. It's not bad. Like your eba. It's not bad. Pounded yam is not bad. Even fufu is not
So
bad.
it's actually the
Because of
quantity that matters in
it's the
proportion
quantity
to the
that
vegetables you're
matters,
supposed
yes. The portion, just a little bit of portion. But because all these foods, they've not been processed. They've not been processed at all. The process that they went through is just probably the spreading under the sun, the grinding and all. But when you look at it compared to semo, poundo potato, what else? Wheat and the likes, they've been overly processed and all the nutrients have been removed, leaving just shafts and chemicals that when you eat it, your body will actually get the nutrients they need to function. So when it comes to carbs,
Somebody said
choose
thank you
all
because he
nutrients.
said
Sorry.
Eba is good.
And the quantity is what matters, little quantity. Then I will go to protein. Like I said, classes of food, they all have their nutrients that they actually give to our bodies. Now, when it comes to protein, we have plant protein and animal protein. Now, if you're battling fibroid, it is best to limit your intake of animal protein,
Okay.
especially red meat and overly processed animal protein. Try to limit your protein intake to white meat like chicken, then probably some seafoods like shrimps, but try to reduce your intake of red meat, overly processed meats like bacon, sausages, corned beefs, what else? And every other minced meat that you can get on the shelf at the grocery store. So try to limit your intake of protein to nutrient natural ones like white meat, like chicken. You remove the skin, then egg. So now I'm going to go to dairy. You mentioned something about, hello?
Yeah, no, I can
About,
hear you. I want you to finish so that I can bring Dr. Omar back in and then we can round up with the
okay,
food. But finish,
all right,
please. Finish. Absolutely.
okay. So, okay, so we are going to dairy now. Now, when it comes to dairy, there is a class of food that also has each nutrient that it offers our bodies. So when it comes to dairy, saturated fat is your enemy and trans fat. Now, with dairy, they are categorized into two. We have the full fat milk, we have the low fat milk, then we have the plant milk. Now, when it comes to choosing your dairy, it is best to choose the low fat milk or some plant milk. Please stay clear of full fat milk, no matter how sweet it tastes, condensed milk, no matter how sweet it makes your food taste. You have to just avoid it and just do more of low fat or some plant-based milk, like almond milk. Almond milk is actually very good. If you don't have an allergy to almonds, you can do almond milk. It's actually very nice. Mostly the unsweetened one, that is to reduce your sugar consumption from the sweetened one. Then stay clear of full fat milk, stay clear of condensed milk, stay clear of any milk that you can see that they wrote full fat milk. Do just majorly low fat, like your skim milk. There are various brands that you can buy there. You can buy either the liquid skim milk or the powdered skim milk.
Okay.
Then I would go next to fat and oil. Now this one is is broad. When it comes to fat and oil, it's not bad. You know, it's not actually bad. We have healthy fats and we have unhealthy fat. Now, if you're battling fibroid, it's best for you to choose healthy fat. Healthy fat is going to do your body a lot of good than unhealthy fat. That's because we can't rule out fats from our diet, because fat actually helps to transport fat-soluble vitamins from the food that we eat into our body cells. So you need to choose healthy fats every time. And you can get that from avocado, you can get them from olive oil, you can get them from other plant-based oil as well that you use based on your preference. So for fat and oil, try to reduce your intake of palm oil, then coconut oil, then also any milk that is full fat, because it also has some fat inside. Full fat milk should also be reduced. Then choose mostly unsaturated fat, like I said, avocado, olive oil, and some other plant oil that you know that okay you like to have. Now, to brush this diet up, I would say once again, that your diet plays a very, very important. I know that this century that we are, it's so hard to want to be
Let
very,
us come
very
back to that because that's really vital. You know,
okay.
we're going to come back to that. I don't want to rush that because that's vital.
All right.
Food
Okay.
is underlining to all of this,
Yeah.
health issues. So I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to go to Miss
Okay.
Soma, to tell us some of,
Right.
in our own opinion,
Yeah.
some of,
Yeah.
well, the fibroid treatment options that she knows,
The treatment,
they're the
as I
popular
said,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, it is you. When I sit with any women with a fibroid, I have to have point what I am treating and why I am treating and what is the reason, and each individualized. We have different type of treatment. For example, for bleeding and pain
Mhm.
and anemia, now we have a tablet which is called Ryco.
Okay.
Ryco shouldn't be used with the people who have high blood pressure, liver disease, headache, migraine, menopause symptom, and all chronic disease. But it proved for the healthy women having a lot of bleeding, reduce the amount of bleeding if it used within 6 months. But to be honest, what is going to happen when they stop it? And most of the people, because of the headache and menopausal symptom, they start stopping it. So it is useful if they use it, but it has its side effect. They have to tolerate it. I have 2-3 women, they are using it quite properly and they have a benefit from, but you have to wait like few months and this benefit is going on.
Okay.
So,
Before you carry on,
but
Miss Soma,
yeah,
before you
yeah,
carry on, I was just thinking, so these are the medications that you will use in fibroid treatment, right?
yes, yeah.
So
When they
at
have a
what
heavy
point,
bleeding,
okay, so at what point do you start to then decide to offer your patient other treatment options? Maybe
the
either
other
if they
treatment
see,
option, the radiofrequency is not available in England, but only
okay,
used for a small fibroid. It is available in America, but it is also you can use it for small fibroids, especially if the women want to become pregnant and
we've lost you again. Oh. Hi, Miss Suma, are you there? Okay. Tell you I'm going to come back to you. It's a good thing that I have you here today because I don't know what's going on with Miss Suma's connection. And I know it's only because she's driving and it shows how much.
Yeah, I guess
Are you
so.
there? No.
Yeah. Me
Oh,
or Miss Oma?
no, yeah, I was talking to Miss Suma. I thought it was her I heard. Okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
I know someone's asked a few questions on the hub. I'm going to ask Miss Suma. I just wanted her to finish her point and we get to it. But
She's gone again.
Tolu, I'm going to let you carry on around food and what kind of food options that there are. And you were saying earlier on how the food that we eat is important. So please carry on.
All right. So as I was saying that we are in 21st century now, whereby good food is attributed to junk food and overly processed foods. Now, if you're battling fibroid, you need to take your health like to like 500%. Don't be shy about the kind of food choices you make because in the end, it all boils down to you. Now, like I said, you have to get a lot of fruits and vegetables into your diet, especially vegetables, because that is where you also get enough antioxidants that helps to combat free radicals that we get exposed to every day as we go by our daily lives. Where we also get exposed to it through the food we eat and the kind of chemicals we put on our body when it comes to skincare products, beauty products, hair care products, and the likes. So eating a diet rich in antioxidants actually helps to decrease the free radicals and eradicates them in our bodies. And we can get them majorly from vegetables and fruits and some other foods like beans, banana, artichokes, if you have access to those, leeks, and I'll just mention a few of these antioxidant rich foods. Then also try to incorporate other forms of spices into your diet. Now you need to cut back on your intake of salt and your intake of monosodium glutamate, that's MSG. Try to replace salt and MSG with natural spices. How? Try to load your kitchen with natural spices like ginger, garlic, cinnamon, fenugreek, and every other herbal spices that you can lay your hands on. Doing this is going to actually help your body to manage these spices better than when you increase your salt intake, because salt actually can help your body, can allow your body to hold on to water, and can also increase your blood pressure. And if you're battling fibroid, you need to lower your blood pressure, and you also need to lose weight. And when you have so much water in you, weight loss actually can become a problem. So try to reduce intake of salt and MSG, and try to share more towards natural spices. Yes, I know that your taste buds might be used to the salt and the MSG and everything, but just a little bit of time, just a little bit of time, and I trust me, your taste bud will adjust to these herbal spices. So you can buy them anywhere. I would say you try to buy them from locally than the ones you buy off the shelf in grocery stores. Try to get them locally. Go to the open market wherever you are. Go to any herbal spices, wherever state that you have. Those that know about it, that can give you an explained form, try to get them from there than the ones that you get off the shelf. Yeah, in the grocery store or the likes. So now we are going to move down to alcohol, because that is also part of your diet and lifestyle. If you're battling fibroid, you really need to cut down on alcohol. You shouldn't be the one taking sipping every now and then. Yes, I know that alcohol, some amount is actually good for your heart, but excessive one is actually not good for the fibroids and then for other organs in you. So when choosing alcohol, it's best to choose just the ones that you know, okay, you might get some benefits from, like red wine. Try to cut down on energy, vodka, spirits, and all those strong ones, and try to incorporate more of red wine in minimal quantity. Then also try to get enough vitamin D. If you're in Nigeria, at least early morning sunlight, you can just stay outside of your house from 9 or wherever you are, maybe you're at work. Try to stay close to the window from probably 9 to 11 to get enough sunlight. And if you're not in Nigeria and you're not privileged to get enough sunlight where you are, you can get them from supplements. Yeah, the vitamin supplement you can actually buy from the shelf, then you take. But please ensure that you're taking them according to the prescribed dosage that you've been given. So what else when it comes to diet? Then I would say exercise. That's actually very, very good as well. You need to exercise if you're battling with fibroid. Not because you want to build muscles or you want to have six packs or the like, but because you're trying to reduce the hormone that actually causes fibroid, which is estrogen. Now, when you exercise, your body gets to release the happy hormones like dopamine, serotonin, and the likes, and also helps to relieve the estrogen and then the stress-causing hormone, which is cortisol in your body. So when you exercise daily, or even maybe 4 to 5 times a week, you get to see that you'll be able to manage your fibroid symptoms more, because exercise also helps your physical, your mental, and your emotional health. And if any of these three health is actually out of balance, is actually going to affect your hormones. Because everything about you, everything about me is all about hormones. My thinking, my exercise is all about
I agree,
hormones.
and that's why mindfulness is a very important thing, because we underestimate what stress can
Yes, when coming to stress as well.
Okay, to the growth of fibroids. Yeah,
Fibroid.
mindfulness is a really important thing to look out for in your well-being as you journey fibroid. I know there's a food aspect, but also honestly, it's a whole holistic lifestyle of well-being.
Yes. Yeah, you're right about that. So they should try to actually relieve stress as well, and they can actually relieve stress as well by trying to get trying to I've forgotten his English. Trying to delegate, yes. Delegate some of the chores. You are a woman, please. Housework no dey finish. If you understand what I'm trying to say. Housework is every day. You have to take care of yourself first because before you can think of other things. So try to
Self-love.
relieve stress by delegating some duties. Try to relieve if you can get an house help, please do so. If you can get a living carer, please do so. If you can get somebody to clean your house and just go, please do so. Try to relieve stress by cutting off office work as well. Let office work stay at the office. Once you're home, once you're in your bedroom, just see it as just for sleep and for pleasure. You need to have
Having
a
a
safe.
housekeeper is a luxury in some parts of the world. So please, don't rub me in.
Well, if they can actually fit it into their budget, it's going to go a
I
long
know, I
way.
agree. I absolutely agree. It's about
It's
planning.
going to go a long way.
About
Exactly. Because
planning.
when you look at what causes stress today, is either your work or mostly your house chores, then the kids. So if you can't leave your kids for a stranger, but at least you can still sit in your house and allow somebody to come and clean while you supervise or do other things.
Absolutely,
Do you understand?
I agree.
Yeah. So try to relieve stress and get enough sleep. Sleep is also very important when it comes to managing fibroid and its symptoms, because when you don't sleep, your body doesn't get to eliminate toxins, especially your brain. When we sleep, the brain tends to relax, recharge, and remove toxins from itself. But when you're sleep deprived, your hormones can go off balance, can be thrown off balance, and they can result into anxiety, high blood pressure, stress, which can actually disrupt your hormone and elevate your fibroid symptoms. So try to get at least 7 hours of sleep every night or 5 times a week. If every night is not possible, at least 5 to 4 times a week, try to get at least 7 hours of sleep.
Amazing.
Okay.
Thank you for
you.
that. That's really, really awesome, honestly. And I was going to go to my questions, but I just wanted to run through some of the things that you spoken about so we can highlight it. And honestly, there are things that we need to look into, especially if you're on a journey with fibroids. I'm trying to see if Ms. Omar can come finish the second half of this, you know. But I know that some of the things you talked about was dietary changes, you know, more plant-based food. I understand different kind of food, the different kind of carbohydrate, which one's better, you know, and also the portion control as well. And exercises, talked about exercises, mindfulness, looking at self-love, you know, which reduces stress, you know, and also that is holistic, helps to reduce your mental health, you know, and improve fibroid symptoms, either we like it or not. Honestly, it's hormone balancing, you know, using supplements, just being informed, finding out, okay, what is my situation? What point am I at, you know? And if you have to, honestly, find minerals and supplement if you're not getting them enough through your food, because also we have to be real. Sometimes it's a struggle, you know, trying to move into that new lifestyle, but it's also something that we must strive to get into, because your health is your wealth, you know. And honestly, while you're on the journey of adapting and getting to a new lifestyle with your dietary changes, if you have to take supplements, buy them in the pure form, you know. Organic form is always the best. And also sleep and rest, which you also talked about, and exercises, you know. And detox is also a great thing, honestly. Every now and then, you know, do a bit of detox, you know, just to help. I see I laugh. You don't believe in detox. I'm Okay, maybe we have that conversation now. I'm a serious believer in detox because, in fact, once a year I try to go and do one thing like that that just flush out my system completely, and then I start all over again.
Okay,
That's the way
okay,
that I
okay,
see it.
okay.
I'm really a big fan of detox. Honestly, it just helps. And then after I've done that detox, I see that my portion control is different. I can eat smaller portions until God help me. But I'm trying to keep it below the line, not over. But seriously, those are the real challenges. Honestly, one of the questions I was going to ask you, with the clients that you might have, they come to you, they've got fibroids and all of that, and it's all beautiful about all of these vegetables and fruits and all of that. How do you help your client to get on the straight and narrow with food and lifestyle? Give us a real life scenario of how you've helped someone along that journey, because honestly, it's women need to hear that the struggle is real, and find that if other people are also struggling, how are we mitigating this? How are we helping to get people to where they need to be, especially around food and dietary changes?
Okay, so when it comes to fibroid, it depends on what the client needs her. If the client needs is to lose weight, then the major focus would be on weight loss. That would be the major focus, because once our weight is down, then it's going to also help to reduce estrogen levels in our bloodstream. So we try to I try to place them on a caloric deficit, and I do that by making sure that their diet is mostly made of whole nutrient-dense foods. I try to cut down on processed foods, no matter how, oh, coach, I can't do this, oh, coach, there's no sausage in this and all that. I try to cut down because I know the goal they are trying to claim. Because some people don't even know what they need. They feel like they want this, but then they actually need this, but they don't know what they need. So it is my duty to let them know that this is what you need. Then you have to build the love and the passion for this eating habit. So I tell them the reason why they are eating this way. You're eating because, one, you want to lose weight, then two, you're trying to manage your fibroid symptoms. And in as much as diet might not be able, I don't know about if diet can help to eradicate it. I'm not a gynecologist, but I know that diet can actually help to reduce the symptoms to the barest minimum. Yes, because everything that happens in our body system is due to most are due to what we put into our mouth.
Absolutely.
And once you can control that part of your life, then you've gained discipline in like a major part of your life. And apart from that, you also gain discipline against other forms of diseases that might want to spring up due to the hormone imbalance that's happening inside of you. So I try to place them on a meal plan that is majorly on fruits, vegetables, and all nutrients dense foods. So trying to balance
you do a
it.
food plan for them. How do you do?
Yes,
So
a food plan. Yes, depending on their preference. Now, some clients might be so busy, they might not be able to do 3 meals a day or place them on 2 meals a day. So depending on their eating pattern, we draft a meal plan for them that is majorly on all foods, fruits, and vegetables. That is what I basically do. But you're disturbing.
Amazing. Thank you very much for that.
You're
It's
welcome.
interesting how the food that we eat is the basis. I'm bringing Miss Omar in now again. Is the basis. Okay. It's even interesting that once you change food, lifestyle, dietary change affects. So when you're trying to say, oh, I'm combating these symptoms, maybe of fibroid, there's other things you notice that is changing in your health, and you're like, okay,
exactly.
I don't feel this pain. Oh, that thing that I used to feel, only because you've adapted to
changed your food. Because most of the nutrients that we need for our body to function is basically in food. Our body is like a moving vehicle. We are designed by God for something. And God has placed food as nutrients for us. But because you are in this century whereby you get so many junk foods and they put together and it's tasty and all, people tend to like start eating more of all these overly processed food. Whereas these natural foods are there to benefit our health and our wellness. So you get lots of nutrients from foods, from your brown rice to your beans that maybe you don't even like to eat, to chicken, to fruit, to vegetables. You get lots of nutrients. And because your body is designed to work with this kind of foods, they just gel together. Your body cooperates with this kind of food because you're designed to eat this kinds of food. That's why your body, no, don't see that like your car, your body's like a car. If your car breaks down, you can't take your car to the hospital now. If your car breaks down and requires fuel, petrol, you can't pour diesel into a petrol car. You understand? And you can't pour engine oil inside your fuel tank. It's going to, everything just going to the barrel. Let me use that word. So that's the same way.
I agree, honestly.
That's the same way it is with our body as well.
Changes, and then you begin to see actually you feel better for it, you look better for it. If your memory, you start to notice changes. I'm trying to bring Umar, she's gone now. I'm trying to bring her in. Miss Umar,
maybe a network.
I don't know what's going on. I've accepted you to come in, but it's not coming. I don't know why you can't join. You want to come off and try and rejoin again? I'm accepting your request, but for some reason it's not letting me. Miss Omar, come off and join again, please. Come off and then rejoin so that you can request for me to add you in. It's not letting me add you in. Anyway, yeah, so absolutely food is important. In 2 weeks time, we're going to be talking more about food, about, I'm bringing someone in who's also going to just help with some of the experiment they've done, because she actually has a personal story of fibroids and how she's been able to, shrink them without surgery. So this is why today I wanted us to talk a bit more about, some of the minimally invasive options, that are available that most people don't know about. I know Ms. Omar earlier on said that the radio frequency ablation one is not available in the UK, but it is available in America, and I know that some hospital was it last year or 2 years ago in Lagos that said they were doing it as well, but I just wanted to also explore some of these other options, the risk with those ones, and who should be doing those ones and all of that, because honestly I'm a big fan of, it doesn't have to be hysterectomy and it doesn't have to be myomectomy. There are other ways if you absolutely want to take them out, but also food and lifestyle change can help shrink them, can help reduce them.
Especially the food part. Especially that food part. Especially that food part is actually like 50%. That food part, because we eat every day, 3 times a day, sometimes 4 times a day, depending on your food preference. So every food you eat, food we eat for 2 different reasons. We are created to come here. When you walk, you're working for something. When you go out, you're going out for something. So when you eat, you should be eating for something. Which should be 1, to get nutrients, and secondly for energy, but majorly because you want to get nutrients. So I would advise that for fibroids, you should try, like I said, to load on vegetables, and they should try to have them raw, because they tend to get most of the nutrients in its raw form, as to when they've cooked it, and most of the nutrients are either dead or gone. Try to do them raw. You can do them in smoothies, you can chop them and chew them, you can mix them into a salad, however you want to do it. To talk about you have to blend it and drink if you can't stand the taste. You can chop it and add some say bits of lemon to at least make it edible. But you just have to fall in love with the new dietary change. That is how you can make it long time. You have to just fall in love, no matter how bitter this thing tastes, because you have a purpose, you have a goal. And because vegetables are not so sweet when you look at it, especially when you blend
I
them.
remember
You have to just
something.
force yourself
I'm
to
laughing
drink it.
I'm laughing because I remember something that you told me about return on investment, and that for me
On invest.
that clicked because maybe because I'm an Ijebu girl, I like money, you know. So once you said that, honestly, and that clicked for me, and I was starting to, and that's how I start to assess things. Now I'm like, what's the return on investment as you put this in your mouth, you know? And honestly,
Exactly. What are you getting
it
from it?
worked for me, and it's about finding what works, what makes it like click in your head to say, okay, actually, you need to start to change your lifestyle. The food that you're putting in your mouth must be the right kind of food. That's why I'm excited.
Be the right
I'm excited. In September, we're looking to have a brunch, you know, in the UK, where all we're going to be having is, you know, nicely cooked food, healthy option food for especially women with fibroids and you know, and all of that. And also that's just to bring to light, you know, some of the, and sometimes because we don't know these things, we run out of ideas of what to eat or how to cook what to eat and all of that. But sometimes when we bring it to life, sometimes when people discuss it, when you actually go to an event where those kind of foods are being served, and then you start to be creative in your things and say, oh, actually, I can have that and that, and they're all good food, and you see how to combine food, and then the journey won't be as boring. Because I cannot lie, sometimes I'm like, what's one go to eat today now? You know, but
can be boring.
The creativity. As soon as Sujma has joined again.
No,
she hasn't.
Nice.
She hasn't. She's just there. I can see her in the chat, but for some reason I'm not able to. Miss Uma, request to join. Request again to join the conversation, to join the chat. So I can add you in, I can accept, you know. So honestly, food is vital. Food is important, you know, in this journey of feminine health issue. And we must think, you know, thoroughly about our food choices. And it's not to say, honestly, that never ever eat a burger. Never ever eat, you know, every once in a while, you know.
Yes, once in a while.
That
once in 3 months.
If you're good 80%, 20% occasion is not bad at all. So
it's not.
I keep saying that it's not, for me, it's not going to be a fad. It has to be a lifestyle, and that's how, you know, we can continue. I don't want a drastic 3 months. I wanted to drop 6 kg, 10 kg. It has to be a continuous thing and be consistent, that it becomes part of me. I don't see, you know, like I become that new journey. Not that I'm like,
and that is why you need to understand the purpose of what you're doing, of why you're doing what you're doing, and why you're eating what you're eating. Because they say once of something is not known, there's no how you're not going to abuse that thing. So for you to make it a lifestyle, like till like when you're 50, 60, no matter what your friends are saying, because people now, they'll just be like, are you a goat? Why are you eating vegetables? Are you a ram? Are you a goat? You know, all these side smacks that can make you just like, it's true now, am I even a goat? You understand? So when you understand the purpose of what,
tell them
exactly, it's going to ginger you to make it a lifestyle. That is just it. Because sometimes, like you said, it can be very boring when you see other food options and you just stop with this, you know. But that's like at least once in a while, once in a month, once in 2 months, you can at least try to add some treats here and there, you know. But then majorly 80% should be all nutrient dense foods, and it mustn't be expensive. You don't have to go to the exotic grocery store to buy fancy vegetables. If you're in Nigeria, you can do your local vegetables: ugu, shoko, scent leaves, bitter leaves. And if you can, maybe when you happen to go out, And you can try other forms of vegetables like cauliflower. Thank God that there are even malams, these local people that sell all these cruciferous vegetables like cauliflower, broccoli,
Who is
eggplants, and
Malam?
all. So you can get them. Oh, how can I say?
There's no Malam.
Hausa vegetable sellers. I don't know how to put it, but those in Nigeria will understand. Vegetable sellers, we call them malam in Nigeria. But if you're abroad, you can get them at organic stores where they sell vegetables and fruits in its raw form instead of the
No,
processed form. So just try to make use of all you can find around you and try to make it healthy. So in the morning like that, instead of having a big bowl of bread and tea or indomie or spaghetti, you can just do fruit. You can do vegetables. You can do just small portion of white rice bulked up with vegetables. It could be salad. It could be one kind of vegetables, like maybe your spinach or your kale or whatever, your fruit leaves. Just bulk it up. Then your snack as well should be whole nutrient options like fruits, a salad, smoothies. Just try to at least in a day, out of the amount of fruits that you eat, try to make it at least 50-50, 50 whole fruits, probably 50, because it's not just carbs you're doing protein as well, you're doing fat and oil, your oil that you use in cooking, it has to be a natural, healthy one, not vegetable oil or unhealthy butter or all those things. Try to use healthy oils. So when you spread the nutrient across all classes of food, by the time you see your plate and you eat, even your body will say thank you. Like, thank you. This is good. Thank you. And you're also going to notice it as well on your skin. Your energy levels will go so up, and you even be more alert. And you might not. It's going to also help you to manage your blood sugar levels, because you won't constantly get hungry as you're eating foods that are actually working in line and in sync with your body. Unlike when you do mostly processed foods that they are just sugars and empty nutrients, that when they get into your body, they affect your blood sugar so high, they get it up and then they crash it down. And the cycle goes
Over and
over and
over
over
again.
and over
Yeah,
and over again.
amazing. Thank you so much, Lou. That's so much information and useful information. Honestly, we cannot
Thank
underestimate
you.
how food affects, our health and all of that. And I really wanted to bring Miss Omar in. I don't know, she hasn't come back again
Oh.
because someone's asked about how soon she can get pregnant, after fibroid surgery. And I'm hoping that Mr. Mark can join us again, answer some of the questions that I've seen in here, anyway, I was just joking earlier on about who's Malam, because I'm half Malam. That's why I was trying to challenge you to say, why you don't only sell vegetables, okay? So
You're Malam. Oh, sorry, I didn't get that. You're what?
I'm half Malam. I know.
Oh, sorry. It's not this old, actually. Oh, so sorry. I
It
didn't
was
know
just a
about
joke. It
that.
was a joke anyway. It was a joke. Someone said,
Okay, okay, okay.
Bell, I'm gonna try and get to your question honestly, and if you can join our WhatsApp hub, or if you follow us on Instagram, I'm gonna try and get you to get me Soma to answer your question. And I know there was also another question around during ovulation having some blood cloth, and I was hoping that she can come back. I don't know why she's not able to join. I know she was driving, and probably it's challenging. I don't know for her, and because I've seen her a few times, but she just can't seem to bring her into the conversation for some reason. Please follow us on Instagram. I'll try and find you if you're following us on Instagram, and then try and connect you to Miss Soma if you like, so she can answer some of those questions. But if not, in 2 weeks, well, it's not going to be Miss Soma in 2 weeks' time. We're having a food and lifestyle person who's also someone similar to you, but she's done some serious experiments with women. She has a cohort of women who she has used food to help them shrink fibroids. So we're having her in 2 weeks' time. Her name is Dr. Kene. you know, and but absolutely thankful, you know, for lots and lots of information around food and education that you've given us today around food, and it's really useful, and hope that it's been helpful. Please, everyone. Okay, I know somebody also asked about submucosal fibroid management. Please go on to Instagram. 2 weeks ago, we talked about that. If you listen to that live, you'll gather some information. But if not, just ping us on Instagram. We'll try and answer those questions or connect you to Dr. Umar to be able to help you with some of those 6 months after fibro surgery. So I'm not sure what question this is. This one says 6 months after fibro surgery. Is there a place for growing in the diet as well? Okay, this one is a question for you. So someone's asking, is there a place for grains in the diet when you have fibroid?
Of course, yes. Yes, there is. Actually, their grains are even advisable. You know, their grains, especially if they are whole grains, can actually incorporate them into your diet. There's nothing wrong with eating whole grains. Sure, there is a place for whole grain in your diet as well. So if you have access to whole grains, please go ahead and enjoy them.
Okay, amazing, amazing. Thank you. Thank you. And it's okay, no, this is for Miss Omar about ovulation. I'm just trying to check the questions so that we capture the questions, and then we can reach out to the people and help answer their questions. Yeah. Amazing. It's past 8 o'clock. Thank you everyone for joining. Grateful that I hope this has been useful. We wanted to do more. I was really so bent on talking about other treatment options for fibroid, but I guess God had other plans. So that's not happened. Miss Omar found herself in traffic, and also the connection hasn't worked, hasn't helped at all today. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. In 2 weeks we're having more part 2 of this fibroid food and lifestyle. Join us, and hopefully it'll be more interactive. But in July, after July, August is supposed to be our rest month, but if we have enough questions, I'm going to try to bring Dr. Omar in. Oh, someone else. Well, people are requesting to join the conversation. I was waiting for Biswa. August is supposed to be our rest month, but maybe for the first week in August, I can bring Dr. Omar back to answer some of these questions. But it'll be useful. Follow us on Instagram. We can send you a link to join our WhatsApp hub. You know, from time to time, we'll put information there or put video there. Actually, there's a video that is not the audio thing that I'm supposed to share in the hub. You know, so yeah. I hope this has been useful and it's good information. Engage, reach out. It's all about supporting one another. July is Fibroid Awareness Month. Actually, maybe next week we're doing solidarity. We're all wearing white. Send us photos of you wearing white. You know, is creating awareness for fibroid, saying that we can wear white too. Doesn't matter how much we're bleeding, you know, or the blood flow is heavy. White, we can wear white. So just in solidarity, wear white. It's going to be next week. Join our WhatsApp hub if you're not part of it. And then we can share photos of us wearing white, you know, and living our lives as normal as possible, you know. So fibroid is not a death sentence. There's options, different solutions, honestly, that are available. But it's just that in some part of the world, they just throw myectomy and hysterectomy at you quickly. Push back, explore your options. There are other options. There are the options of non-invasive surgery. There's the options of even not doing any surgery and just changing lifestyle, being committed to that. And people have testified of how they have, you know, shrunk fibroids using that. Honestly, and stress is a killer. Just avoid it. Things, people, anything that brings you stress, push back. It's not worth it. Yes, You know, so absolutely. Thank you so much, Lou. I appreciate your time today. And thank
You're
you
welcome.
for all the food information. I know you love your food and your food science. You know, thank you everyone who joined today. I hope you
You're
found this podcast
welcome.
useful. Yeah, hopefully when we come back after August, we'll have you back again talking about maybe another feminine health issue, you know, and food, and see what you've done, you know, for some of your clients
All
on that.
right, no problem.
Thank you so
Thank
much. Body
you.
Tree
You're
Hub.
welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
look for
Yes.
Tolu on Instagram. Handle is Body Trim Hub. Follow her. She's doing
Yeah,
amazing
body
work.
trim up.
She's
Thank
helped me along this
you.
journey. You know, I'm still on the journey. I haven't gotten there yet, but we move. You know.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You have to come back. Oh.
I come back. Okay, I'll come back.
Seriously, you have to.
Okay, I'll come back to tell you.
All right.
I'll come back.
Okay.
All right then. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Have a
You're
lovely evening.
welcome.
Thank you for joining,
And you
everyone.
too.
Have a good night. Thank you.
And you too.
Bye.
Bye.